let me call on Aravindan to take you through exactly how this book has been researched and the kind of voluminous research and investigations that has gone into this book.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to clarify certain things. Because of the book's size, the complexity and the range of examples that we have been giving in this book, it can easily fall prey to narrow interpretations. That would be really counterproductive to our gains, which is actually starting new debates with an open mind. Therefore, Raju Malhotra and myself wish to clarify what the primary thesis of this book is and what it is not. In a nutshell, the book puts the spotlight on foreign-based influences that seek to shape and govern certain political and ideological movements inside India, so that hatred and violent conflicts can be generated among various Indian communities. That is essentially in nutshell the thesis of the book. The primary identity that we are talking about here is the Dravidian identity. I stand here as a Tamilian from Kanyakumari district, the southernmost part of mainland India. My district has been in the crosshairs of these foreign interventions we have been talking about in the book. These interventions are very systematic, they are very strategically managed and micromanaged, and they have started to generate violence amongst local citizens who earlier lived peacefully. I am a living proof of the threats discussed in the book, because I have witnessed how communal harmony of the society in which I live has been devastated over the years by these very foreign-funded intrusive forces. The research presented in the book refutes the very notion of such a thing as a separate Dravidian nation, a new identity which was introduced into Tamil consciousness less than 200 years by British missionary scholars. What began as a linguistic identity was twisted into a racial identity, and later now it is being mapped down to an ethnic religious identity, which is completely separate from rest of India. The Dravidian race identity and religious politics have today become axiomatic in Tamil Nadu politics and Tamil Nadu society. And essentially, in its very core essentials, this Dravidian race theory is in no way different from the Aryan race theory of the Third Reich. The cunning Jew of the Third Reich is here, the cunning non-Dravidian agents living inside Tamil Nadu for the Dravidian politics. The book documents that similar racial narratives and Western interventions have resulted in genocides and civil wars just near us in Sri Lanka and also in Rwanda. Unfortunately, there are major institutions in place that thrive on perpetuating this myth and turning it into even more divisive and violent-prone ideologies. This book investigates these institutions as a global process and brings to light numerous nexuses that operate inside India but are headquartered in the West. The whole discourse on Tamil identity, especially in the vulnerable rural and border areas of Tamil Nadu, is now virtually controlled by these mechanisms. Many of Tamil Nadu's mainstream educational, academic, activist institutions have started implicitly supporting the balkanization of India as the only way to Dravidian freedom. We Tamils have been drawn into this whirlpool of separatism because of the emotional attachment we have for our mother tongue Tamil, and also because of the promise of social justice from discrimination. But actually what it has done is, it has boosted the power bases of a few persons and families, but it does not extend to the real downtrodden communities of Tamil Nadu. The issues explained in the book are my personal lived reality, and I gladly joined Rajiv to expose the effect of so-called human rights interventions from outside. There is a renowned epigraphist S. Ramachandran, who is considered as the authority of Tamil inscriptions. He went through the book and he sees this book as an important contribution to counter the pseudo-historic ethnic identity created by the Dravidian movement. He is a leftist scholar. As a leftist scholar, he informs us that The foreign intervention in the Dravidian movement was documented by the early Marxists, but regrets that recent Marxists have become co-opted by the very same divisive doctrines. Numerous other scholars of archaeology, history and Tamil spiritual traditions have read through the manuscript before it was published and have expressed their support for the thesis. At the recent launch of the book in Chennai, the reputed journalist Chor Ramaswamy said, "It is high time the right-thinking persons tried the history and cultural thinking of the people of this country, particularly people from the south, because here much of the damage is being done." Wishing the book all success, he described those who denigrate Indic dharmic traditions as hypocrites and as dishonest. Thank you very much.